Hello everyone, in this video I'm gonna go through my best tips and tricks for Rust by Neigefeu, which was my hardest not too long ago. It was my hardest before I beat Verdant. I beat this in October last year. And yeah, I'm gonna go through a few tips and tricks I guess that I have for the level. It won't be too in-depth, but if you want a very good in-depth guide for this level, I will link Vulcanium's video where he goes over this level in depth, and it's really good. I used it for when I beat the level, and it's very helpful. But yeah, let's just jump straight into the level. For the first two clicks, you want to hit the first yellow orb in the middle, and you want to double click it and hold the second click, because the blue orb over here is a buffer. So if you double click and hold, you will automatically hit the blue orb. Just like that. And then you want to hit this yellow orb late. And then same here, you want to hit the green orb late and double click and hold, because this green orb is a buffer. So if you double click this green orb and hold, it will automatically buffer this green orb. Like that. And then you want to hold off the green orb and hit this black orb in the middle, and then hold it so you jump off of this block, and when you're in the air you want to hit this green orb late, like that. And then you want to jump like immediately and then double click with one input. When I say double click, I refer to a single input double click where you just click twice fast, unless I say otherwise. There are a few double input double clicks that will come up, and I will tell you when those arrive. So you do 2 clicks here fast, 1, 2, and then you hold because you don't want to hit this blue orb. And then you hit that blue orb kind of late, then jump off late. These are very straightforward clicks. Okay, I almost did the entire fucking Predrop. Cool. This jump is probably the hardest jump in the entire level, that one. This jump is really tight. I'm pretty sure it's a 3 frame jump, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. I did test it when I was going for this level, but I don't know if it's changed with physics or anything. But yeah, just jump earlier than you think. Not too early though, I don't know. And then here's the first double input double click. So you just want to double click with spacebar and mouse, or spacebar or whatever you use it. Just 2 inputs. And then you want to click, and then you want to double click this blue and red orb kind of in the middle, like that. If you go too early, you will land like this. Wait, let me slow down the... Okay, so yeah, if you double click these orbs too early, you will land too far to the left on this 5-block platform over here. And then when you buffer, and you will be too far to the left, so you won't make it over here. But if you notice that you're going too early, what you can do is just wait a little before you jump, and then line up where your cube is in the middle. The middle of your cube lines up with between these blocks, with this line here. Like that. But yeah, otherwise you just double click these, and then you hold off. Like you buffer and hold off this. Like that. And then you do not want to buffer this blue orb, because if you're too early there, that will happen. But you're gonna want to hit it early. Like, it's not quite a buffer, but it's like a very early click. And then you are going to want to double click these with 2 inputs very late. Depending on how late you are on this click, if you hit this early, there is a chance that you are gonna be too low. Like that. because you'll be so far to the left, and if you go very late, then you will just not make it over the spike. So if you notice that you're like super far to the right, you can double click a little bit earlier. Like that. But otherwise, you're gonna want to hit this blue orb and then double click pretty late. And then you just want to hit this black orb late, and you want to hit this dash orb late, and you do not want to land on this block. You can land on this block, but that makes this blue orb timing a lot harder. So what you want to do is you want to keep holding the dash orb until you like go further than the block, and then you want to release, and that makes this blue orb timing a lot easier. And then you just want to jump, and you want to kind of micro click this dash orb, not really micro click, but you want to hold it for a very short period of time, just like that, like, yeah. And then you just micro click that blue orb and then jump right as you pass this spike. So micro click and jump, and then here you want to treat it as two like single input double clicks. You do 1 2 1 2. That's what you do. That's like I always did it like that. For me, it works better. 1 2 1 2, and then you just want to stay close to the spikes. It's pretty straightforward. You don't want to hit the green orbs. You don't want to hit the green orbs hard. You want to like light tap them, just so you barely make it over the spikes, like that. And then these set of orbs, this black orb and the blue orb that's off screen, are probably the hardest section of the entire level. So what you want to do is you want to hit the first blue orb as late as you can, and then you want to hit the first black orb as soon as you can, and then you want to hit the green orb as late as you can, and then the dash orb in the middle. Kind of like that. Like that. This green orb I meant, not the yellow orb. You want to hit this green orb in the middle, and then this black orb in the middle, and then this blue orb in the middle. And then you want to hit this yellow orb late, and then these 4 black orbs equally spaced out pretty fast. Like that. And you can hit the last one a little bit later, because otherwise you might die to this tiny spike over here. And then you hit this purple orb, or pink orb, and you hold so you don't hit the blue orb. And then you want to hit this black orb in the middle, and then you want to hold it so as when you go into the ball, you automatically buffer after the hold. And then as soon as you go up as the ball, you want to hit the green orb, like this. Yeah, it's hard to show, but you just hold this black orb, and then your ball will automatically go up, or switch gravity when you hit this, and then you want to hit the green orb. And then here it's just a bunch of single input double clicks, like 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's just 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. That's all it is. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. It's very consistent. It's easy. It might kill you a little bit in the beginning, but you should get consistent at it. And then you want to hit this blue orb late, and then do 1 2 3 4 5. Or no, wait, 1 2 3 4. Yeah, you want to hit this blue orb late, and then 1 2 3 4, and the 4th click a tiny bit later. You don't even have to do that, because usually it just works. It's very hard to go too early. So you hit the blue orb, and then 1 2 3 4. Yeah, that's why you want to hit the last click a little bit later, because otherwise you can go too early. 1 2 3 4, and then you buffer this green orb. So after the yellow orb, you can just buffer immediately. And then here it's just like this entire wave is just 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. That's all it is. So you do 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then you hold, and then you fall 1 2. That's all it is. It's a very consistent wave. That's all it is. And then here you want to jump late off this platform, and then you want to make sure to trigger this blue gravity portal before you hit this blue orb, because otherwise you will hit the blue orb to switch gravity, and then this gravity portal over here will switch your gravity back, and you will just fall down way too early and hit these spikes down here. It will look like this. That will happen if you hit the blue orb too early. But if you want to trigger this this gravity portal first, so that when you hit this blue orb, you change gravity, and then it's this blue, this gravity portal that turns you back to normal, because then you will be far enough to the right to where you will hit this pink pad, like that. And then here you just do, okay, what I do is I do a click when I get into the ship, just one, and then you fall into the yellow gravity portal, and then you hold, and then yeah, you want to make sure to like light tap all the orbs, because otherwise you will fly too far. For example, here you will fall and crash into the spike. And then here you want to go up as far as you can when you hit this black orb, and then micro click the black orb, because you can go up pretty far, like because otherwise if you go like too low, you can, it's easy to hit this spike even if you like microwave it, like that. So if you go up higher, if you go up higher, then just makes it like, it makes it easier to like miss this spike basically. And then you just micro click. And then here you want to hold out of this, like once you click here in the ship, you hold all the way, and then you want to double click, hit this black orb late, and then double click so you buffer this green orb. Like that, and then you want to hit this blue orb as as late as you can, because this double click, it's a big choke point, but usually like a hard part of it is just hitting this blue orb late. I found that when I died to it, I would die a lot because I hit this blue orb too early, like, and die like that, for example. So you want to hit it too, like, you want to make sure to hit it late, and then just do a perfect double click with 2 inputs, with like mouse or spacebar, or whatever device you're using. And then you want to hit this black orb not too late, because then that will happen, not too early, because then that will happen, because it's a fixed hitbox. So you just want to make sure to like hit it kind of early, but not too early. And then you buffer this blue orbs, and then here you just want to hit, basically what you do is just a rhythm of like 4 clicks, like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2, and then you just want to hold the second click so you don't hit this dash orb. These orbs are very easy, they're not hard, you shouldn't die to them much. And then this UFO is by far the best UFO in the entire game. I'm dying on that hill, like there is no UFO that's more fun in this entire game. This is the best UFO ever created, and that's just how it is. But it's also very easy. It's probably the easiest part of level. So just do 1 2 1. You want to do 1 2 1, and then double click with 2 inputs, but don't hold it for too long. And then you hit these 2 orbs, and then you just do 1 1 2, and then you want to do 4 equally spaced out clicks. 1 1 2 3. It's actually hard doing it in slow speed. 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 1 2 1 2, and that's it. You actually kind of treat this as 5 clicks. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's how I treat it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's how I treat it. And then here you just want to make sure to hit the pink pad before you hit the black orb, because otherwise you will not go far enough. So you hit the pink pad and then hit the black orb on the first 3, and then on the last one you want to hit the black orb late so you miss the pink orb and go into these gravity foils. And then here you want to double click, you want to buffer the first orb, buffer the first yellow orb, and then you want to double click this black and yellow orb as soon as you touch the black orb. You do not want to go too early, because then what will happen if you double click too early is that you won't hit the you won't hit the yellow orb, because basically you will do, like, for example, in my case I use Seiyou and spacebar to double click. So 99% of the time I click Seiyou like a tiny bit before the spacebar, so the spacebar is the second input that registers. But if I click too early, I will press the Seiyou before I get to the black orb, and then the spacebar also before I get to the black orb. So the spacebar buffers the black orb, and then but there is no input to click the yellow orb, if that makes sense. So you want to make sure to actually get to the black orb when you do the double click, so that both your inputs goes to a different orb. And then you just want to hit that yellow orb late, and then just 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, I realized how badly I explained the last cube the first time, so I'm gonna try to explain it again. But basically, for the first jump, you want to line yourself up with this block. When your cube is in this block, you want to jump, and you do not want to let your cube pass this block, because then, okay, that was barely, but you make it. Even if your cube just passes it a little bit like that, you're too late. So you want to jump before your cube reaches this block, and you have quite a lot of time. But make sure your cube is at the end of this block, and you can easily recognize it because it's the block with a white triangle in the top left corner, surrounded by 2 blocks with a white triangle in the bottom right corner. But yeah, that's the visual cube for the first jump, and for the second jump, it's the middle of these 2 blocks. So basically, right where I am, you want to jump. Oops. Like there, you want to jump and you'll be fine. They're not hard jumps, they're pretty forgiving, you have quite a lot of time. But around there, you want to jump. If you're a little bit late like that, you still make it. And if you're a little bit early like that, you still make it. You have a lot of time. Basically, you just want this line to be basically in the middle of your cube. And then for the last jump, it's the same as the first jump. You want to jump at the end of this block. You do not want to let your cube go to the next block, because then if you jump like that, you're dead. You want to make sure your cube is at the end of this block, and here you can jump and you'll be fine. You can be a little bit early like that. Oops. Like that, and you'll still be fine. So yeah. And you can identify the block because it's the one with the bottom right, or with the white triangle in the bottom right corner instead of the top left, and it's surrounded by 2 blocks with the triangle in the top left corner, and it also has this little spike underneath it. That's also another way to tell what block it is. And then for this, there's 2 ways of doing these orbs. You can do it 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, which is the best way in my opinion, because it makes these orbs easier, and it makes it easier to clear these 2 spikes, because you will be higher in the dash orb. Like here, you're higher in the dash orb, and that the yellow orbs becomes easier. But if you do, you can also do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. But then these this spike is harder to clear because you will be lower in the dash orb. You can still clear them, but that was like very tight. But if you do 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, you're higher in the dash orb, and it makes these orbs a lot easier. And then for this jump, you want to jump when the middle of these blocks are like basically at the center of your cube, but we're a little bit later. You cannot go too early. Like that is, oh wait, that was the wrong block. Cool. But that is too early. You have to make sure that like that. Okay, that barely made it. But if you're a little bit too early like that, you're dead. But you can be a little bit too late. Like if I jump here, I'm fine. So basically, you just want to make sure to jump when your cube is in the middle of that. And then for this, you just want to double click, hit this late, and then hit that late, and then you want to release. There's a visual cue for when to release. I will show you it. But basically, when your cube reaches the middle, like there, you release. It's okay. It's kind of hard to explain, but when your cube is like there, when the middle of your cube is like at the middle of this spike, you want to release, because then you will be close enough to the spike where these blue orbs aren't impossible. But yeah, that's basically it. You want to release like there, and then that makes the blue orbs way easier. If you release too early, like here, it makes the blue orbs a lot harder. Like there, like it makes them a lot harder. So you want to release late, and you can release like there, and it makes these blue orbs a lot easier. And then here you want to jump. What, dude? It's too slow. Here you want to jump late, and then the first yellow orb you want to hit kind of in the middle, and then the second one you don't really have to think about the timing of the second yellow orb. You just do 1, 2 basically, like late 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you want to hit this late, hit this in the middle, and then like wait a little. You do not want to buffer, because then you're dead. You want to wait a little bit, and then you just 1, 2, 1, 2. You can basically buffer, like most of the time you can buffer the blue orb, but if you hit the green orb a little bit too early, like this, you can die. But as long as you hit it late, you can buffer the blue orb. You don't have to buffer, you can just do 2 inputs pretty quickly, like 1, 2. And then for this part, it's just, the way I do it is 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's the best way of doing it, in my opinion. You can also do 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's much weirder. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's so weird doing that way. I highly recommend doing 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. It makes it a lot more consistent. And then this dash orb is the hardest part of this section. It's pretty hard. You want to release it like when your cube is right in front of this this line, like there. Yeah, you basically just want to release when your cube is in front of this line, and then you just hit the green orbs, and then you're fine. And then this, you can either do 2 clicks like this, 1, 2, or you can do 3 clicks with the spacebar, like 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3, and both are very consistent. Doing 3 inputs is a little bit safer, because then even if you jump a little bit too early, you can kind of like you're fine. But if you just do 2 clicks, you won't make it up to the yellow, to the gravity portal. So you can do 3 clicks to basically make it every time. And then here you just want to jump when basically all of your cube has left this block. I mean, yeah, that's the visual cue for it, pretty much. Same with this one. When your whole cube has passed this block, you want to jump. Like, past this block. You want to jump. And then this is just a pretty easy timing. And then there's no visual cue for this. You just use the music sync. It's just, bam. You kind of just learn it. And then this is a very easy jump. You just want to jump when your cube is in the middle of this block. As long as you don't jump when your cube is in front of the middle of this block, like this, you're fine, because like then yeah, you jump too early, and if you jump too late, you will die there. So as long as your cube is in the middle of this block, you will make it 100% of the time. And then yeah, it's very easy. You just jump 1, 2, and then you hit that black orb early. You have to make sure to double click this blue orb, otherwise you're screwed. You have to double click it, and then you just hit this black orb early. Do not hit it too late, because then no, and yeah, you do not want to do that. But yeah, that's Rust. Yeah, I hope this maybe helped some a little bit. But yeah, that's my tips and tricks, I guess, for this level. Once again, if you want a more in-depth guide, I will link Volcanium's video in the description. It's a really good video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!